The paradox of absolute properties, or perhaps it could be known as the problem of absolute properties. This is something that is a revealed paradox inside of absolute properties of any category, specifically when those properties might contradict or compete one with another. You've likely heard an example of one of these paradoxes as something of a whimsical thought experiment at some point in your life. I'm going to give you three primary ones that are very popular, and you'll see if you've heard one. One of them is what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. Another one is, if God can do anything, can God create a rock that cannot be moved? And if the answer to this is yes, then the next question is, can God then move that rock? Another one is the Pinocchio one. The statement goes, if Pinocchio's nose only grows when Pinocchio lies, and it never grows unless he lies, what would happen if Pinocchio said, and now my nose will grow? And then probably the shortest, easiest one that's ever been known is called the lie problem. I'll make a simple statement. This sentence is false. Either this sentence is false, or because I am saying that the sentence is false, it is then true. So that it's then competing against itself. Is the statement true or is it false? Anyway, it's a self-competing statement. These problems are problems of absolutes. Anything that is absolute, to some degree, it's problematic. So when we define anything as absolute, there seems to be something inherently wrong with the problem of absolutes. Absolutes exist only conceptually. We think of things in an absolute form, but do absolutes actually exist in a material way? We're not certain that they do. Even when we say things like the universe is absolute or that it's infinite, this ideal of infinite, it's something that we may be able to conceptualize to a degree to say that there's more and more and more, that it goes on forever. But this is a conceptual issue, and it may not be the case that something actually can go on infinitely. These paradoxes particularly manifest whenever they compete one against one another, whether it's Pinocchio and saying that his nose will grow, or whether it's an unstoppable object hitting an immovable force. What happens in reality is very different than what happens in the philosophical practice or principle. What happens in reality when that unstoppable force meets that immovable object is one of them or both of them prove to not be so absolute. This is just something that reality winds up reconciling the competition between the two absolutes. And this is what I would call the problem or the paradox of absolutes.